So after 10 years while redeeming, what is the value that they have to give back? That is called as maturity value. So while issuing only premium, they have issued how many percent premium? 10% is the premium. So the maturity value will be 108 rupees because we are after 8 years we are redeeming at a premium, not at a par. So what is this 8%? 8% is the interest for how many rupees? For 100 rupees each. Hello everybody, I'm your Divya ma'am, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce and Management, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. My dear students, I welcome you all for the today's session, that is your session 4. Moving forward, in today's class, we'll be discussing problems on redeemable debenture. So in the previous class, we have discussed about irredeemable debenture problems before tax and after tax. In today's class, we'll be discussing redeemable debenture problem before tax and after tax. Moving forward, so let us look into the problem number 1 and then solve the answer. The company issued 10% debenture of rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%. So what is the interest? Interest is 10% into on 100. If you take, the interest will be 10 rupees at a premium. While issuing, they are issued at a premium. So 100 into 10%, it is 10 rupees. So 110 will be your net proceeds, and while issuing, they have incurred the expenses of rupees 2. So 108 will be the net proceeds. And what is the corporate tax? 50% is the corporate tax. So 0.5 will be the corporate tax. So let us calculate the cost of debt. So for the calculation of cost of debt before tax, the formula is K subscript with D is equal to interest plus maturity value minus net proceeds divided by number of years and whole divided by maturity value plus net proceeds divided by 2. So this is the formula for cost of debt, that is redeemable debt before tax. So we have got the interest, maturity value. So what is this maturity value? While redeeming after 10 years, the number of years is 10 years. So after 10 years while redeeming, what is the value that they have to give back? That is called as maturity value. And net proceeds, we have number of years is given. So let's substitute all the values to the formula and check out what is the answer. Interest is equal to, interest is 10% plus maturity value, 100 is the maturity value because it is redeemed at par, minus net proceeds 108 rupees divided by number of years is 10 whole divided by maturity value plus NP divided by 2. So first let us solve this bracket first by using a calculator. So 100 minus 108 divided by 10. So it will be minus 0.8. It will be minus 0.8. Now let's calculate the denominator. So 100 plus 108 divided by 2. The value will be 104. So now let's subtract the number or add the number. First, we'll add it with the interest or subtract it with the interest and then divide it by the denominator number. So 10 plus into minus, minus 10 minus 0.8, it will be 9.2. So 9.2 divided by 4, 9.2 divided by 104, the answer will be 0.08846. The answer will be 0.08846. 8846. So what is the cost of debt? That is your before tax redeemable debt. The answer will be 0.08846. 0.08846 is the answer for before tax redeemable debt. Moving forward, let us solve the problem after tax. So the only difference is what here? Tax has to be included. So what is the formula? Cost of debt is equal to 1 minus tax into interest plus maturity value minus net proceeds divided by n whole divided by maturity value plus net proceeds divided by 2. So that is the formula. So we have all the values. Let's substitute the values and look into the problem. So what is tax here? Tax is 0.5. 1 minus 0.5. What is the interest? 10 rupees is the interest plus what is the maturity value? 100 is the maturity value. What is net proceeds? Net proceeds is 108 rupees divided by number of years is how much? Number of years is 10 years whole divided by maturity value plus 108 divided by 2. So as I have told you, let's solve the bracket first and then add up with the interest and multiply with the tax. First step is what? Solve this fraction. So 100 minus 108 divided by 10. It will be minus 0.8. So how much it will be? So 1 minus 0.5, it is 0.5. 10 plus how much it is? 100 minus 108 minus 8 divided by 10, it is minus 0.8 divided by 100 plus 108 divided by 2, it will be 104. So let's multiply this number first, 0.5 into 10, then add or subtract with this number and let's divide it with the denominator. So let's multiply this 0.5 into 10. 0.5 into 10, it is how much? 5. 0.5 into 10, it is 5. Plus into minus, minus 0.8 divided by 104. So 5 minus 0.8 divided by 104, the answer will be 0.04038. 0.040 will be the answer for your after tax redeemable debt. So this is how we solve the problem. So let us look into another problem for your more understanding. So the company issues 5,008% debenture. What is this 8%? 8% is the interest for how many rupees? For 100 rupees each. So what is this? Net proceeds at a premium of 10%. So while issuing only premium, they have issued how many percent premium? 10% is the premium for a period of 8 years. So number of years is also given, 8 years. The debenture issues at an expenses of rupees 4. The corporate tax is 30%. Calculate the cost of debt. So how do you understand whether the problem is irredeemable or redeemable? If the number of years is given in the question, then it is a redeemable problem. So let us calculate. Let's write down the given first. So what is given? Interest is given. So 100 into 8%, it is 8 rupees. So what is interest? Interest is 8 rupees. What is the net proceeds? Net proceeds is 100, but while issuing only, they have issued at a premium of how many percent? 10% premium. So 10%, 100 into 10%, it will be 10 rupees. So 110 rupees, and while issuing the debenture, they have incurred the expenses. Expenses you have to deduct from net proceeds, that rupees 4. So 110 minus 4, it will be 106. So 106 is the net proceeds, and maturity value, since they are not redeemed at a premium or a discount, the maturity value is redeemed at 100 rupees, that is at a par only. So maturity value will be 100. So number of years is given. So number of years will be 8 years. And the corporate tax is how much? Since the corporate tax is 30%, it is 0.3. So all the given values we have, let's substitute that into the formula and check out the answer. So what is the formula for before tax? Cost of debt is equal to interest. What is the interest? 8 rupees is the interest, plus maturity value. What is the maturity value? 100. Net proceeds. What is net proceeds? 106 is the net proceeds, divided by number of years. What is the number of years? 8 years, whole divided by maturity value plus net proceeds divided by 2. So this is the formula. So now use the calculator and find out the answer. First solve this bracket, second solve this bracket, then add the number with this and then divide it with the denominator. Now let's solve this bracket first. 100 minus 106 minus 6 divided by 8, it will be minus 8 plus, it will be how much? Minus 0.75 divided by, let's solve this bracket now, 100 plus 106 divided by 2, it is 103. So now subtract or add with the interest. So since it's a minus sign, plus into minus, minus 8 minus 0.75, the value we get is 7.25 divided by 103. So 7.25 divided by 103, the value you get is 0.0703. So what is this? Cost of debt before tax, irredeemable. Answer 0.070 is the answer. Now let us solve after tax. After tax formula, only tax is the addition one. So 1 minus, what is tax rate? Tax rate is 0.3 plus maturity value. Maturity value is how much? 100 minus 106 divided by number of years. So what is number of years? 8 years, whole divided by maturity value plus net proceeds divided by 2. So this is the formula that we have, and let's see the answer. What is the cost of debt after tax by using a calculator? So 1 minus 103, 1 minus 0.3, it will be 0.7. 0.7. Interest we have left, 8 rupees is the interest. 8 plus, so 100 minus 106 divided by 8, how much it is? It is minus 0.76. Let's solve the denominator value. If we do that, it will be 103. Now let us multiply this number, tax, with interest, and then add the number to the numerator number. Later we can divide it by 103. So 0.7 into 8, how much it is? 5.6 plus into minus, it is minus 0.76 divided by 103. So 5.6 minus 0.76, it is 4.84 divided by 103. So 4.84 divided by 103, the answer will be 0.047. Cost of debt after tax redeemable problem. So this is how we solve the problem. So for your reference, again we will be solving one more problem, that is a company issues 5,008% debenture of rupees 100. So what is the percentage of interest? 8%. And what is the net proceeds? We have 100 rupees each after 8 years, repayable at a premium. So the company is issuing at a par but redeeming at a premium of how many percent? 8%. So the maturity value will be 108 rupees, because we are after 8 years we are redeeming at a premium, not at a par. So the company issued on issuing cost of rupees 4. So while issuing the debenture, the company has incurred 4 rupees expenses. Assuming tax liability at 40%, calculate the cost of debt before tax and after tax. So let's write down the given first. So what is given? 8% on 100 rupees. 8% on 100 rupees, it will be 8 rupees. So interest is how much? 8 rupees. And what is the net proceeds? Net proceeds, since they are issuing at a par, net proceeds will be 100 rupees. And what is the maturity value? Since they are issuing 8%, they are giving back, redeeming at 8% premium. So it will be 108 rupees. So how did you get this 108 rupees? 100 into 8%, it will be 8 rupees. So if you add that with 100, the value will be 108 rupees. So your maturity value will be 108 rupees. The company issued on issuing cost. So while issuing the shares, they have incurred 4 rupees as an expenses. For 4 rupees, if it is an expenses, how much the net proceeds will be? 96 will be the net proceeds. Your maturity value is 108. The number of years is how much? Number of years is 8 years. What is the tax rate? It is 40%. 0.4 is the tax rate. Now let's substitute all the formulas before tax and after tax and find out what is the cost of debenture for redeemable debt. So what's the formula? KD is equal to K subscript with D, that is cost of debenture, is equal to interest plus maturity value minus net proceeds divided by N whole divided by maturity value plus net proceeds divided by 2. So this is how the formula is. So let's substitute the answer. So what is the interest? Interest is 8 rupees plus maturity value. What is the maturity value? 108 rupees minus what is net proceeds? 96 is the net proceeds. What is number of years? Number of years is 8 years whole divided by maturity value is how much? 108 rupees plus 96 divided by 2. So let's substitute the answers to the calculator and see what is the answer. So let's solve the bracket part first. So first let us solve this bracket. So 108 minus 96 divided by 8. So it will be 1.5. 8 plus 1.5 divided by 108 plus 96 divided by 2, the value will be 102. So now let us add the interest to this number and then divide it by 102. So 8 plus 1.5, it will be 9.5. So 9.5 divided by 102. 9.5 divided by 102, the answer will be 0.0931. So cost of debt before tax, 0.0931. So after tax formula, Only the tax is in addition to this. Rest of the formula is same. So what is the tax rate? 0.4. 1 minus 0.4, it will be what? 0.6. Plus interest, what is the interest given? Interest is how much? 8 rupees. So 8 rupees is the interest, plus what is the maturity value? The maturity value is how much? 108. So maturity value is 108 minus what is net proceeds? The net proceeds is 96. Number of years is 8 whole divided by 108 plus 96 divided by 2. So if you substitute this value, you will get the answer. So let's see the answer. Let's solve the bracket part first. 108 minus 96 divided by 8, it will be 1.5. So this will be 1 minus 0.4, it will be 0.6. 8 plus 1.5 divided by, let's solve this bracket now. 108 plus 96 divided by 2, it will be 102. So now let us multiply the tax amount with the interest and then add it with the 1.5 number. So 0.6 into 8, that is 4.8 plus 1.5 whole divided by 102. So 4.8 plus 1.5, 6.3 will be the answer divided by 102. The answer will be 0.0617 will be the answer. This is how we calculate the redeemable problem after tax. So this is the cost of debt redeemable problem after tax. So I'll just move out of the screen. My dear students, kindly take up the screenshot because you'll understand the problem in a better way. Problem number 1 on redeemable debenture. So in your examination, they will ask you the problems based on redeemable debt. So this is the problem number 1, before tax and after tax. Problem number 2, before tax and after tax. Problem number 3, before tax and after tax. Maturity value, they have redeemed at premium of 8%. So that's it, my dear students, for today's class. Hope the problems were very easy and you people have understood the problems. Any doubts, Vidhyaashram is there for 24/7 to help you out. So kindly make a note of the doubt and come to us. Thank you so much for joining for today's class. Hope the session was very interesting and fruitful. Smile is the biggest jewel you can wear. Keep smiling and stay tuned. Thank you.